Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
The afterlife. Does it exist? This is a common question asked amongst most, but why is it so secret? Welcome to Secrets Within, a show about all things paranormal straight from the investigator's mouth. No fluffy scripting here, just raw paranormal talk about ghosts, Bigfoot, black-eyed children, equipment, and more. Host Reeni Rodriguez is no stranger to the paranormal and has been fascinated for years. One of her longtime passions is being a medium and further developing her skills. She's also a certified Reiki master and paranormal investigator. Now, here is your host of Secrets Within, Reeni Rodriguez.
Hi everyone, welcome to Secrets Within. I'm here with, obviously you guys know Ashley because she hijacks everything. And I'm with Matt Warner and I'm with Courtney and we are just gonna talk.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you messing with, Matt?
I'm sharing this out. That's what we do.
No, he's sitting there like, oh, okay, cool.
No, I had a funny way I was going to kick off the show, but it didn't line up, so I'm not going to do it.
No, now you have to do it.
Well, I was just going to come on and say, hello, beautiful. And I just say, I was just looking at myself. Nice to see you ladies, too. I'm trying to get under Courtney's nerves as quick as possible tonight.
It's already happening.
He's like, I only got an hour.
No, we can run it late tonight for her sake.
Please don't.
Courtney hasn't seen me in like 6 days, so she's probably having withdrawals.
No, I'm actually like nice and calm because I haven't seen you.
I mean, I can
Tom.
understand that. Definitely understand that. No, he's cool to work with. So what have you guys been up to?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Like everything?
It took me like a month to book you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a like big deal in these parts. You caught me in a really good mood too, so I'm like so full of shit tonight. No, we've been working hard. Courtney, will I share this out since you're not sharing it to our pages? Can you talk for a second and tell them?
Sorry, I'm not so cool like you.
No, nobody could be as cool as that.
At least we're all in
we all try to be, but you know.
No, we've been pretty busy. We've been doing events like at the Heart Stuff Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been trying to promote more with that. We just did a Civil War reenactment with his daughter. We all dressed up, which was pretty interesting. But it was a good day because we found out more history about the town itself, and we got a lot more people talking about the paranormal, which it's kind of crazy because they are librarians, like the historical figures, and we were I was kind of hesitant to like bring up the paranormal with them, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I know this house, and we're just like, whoa. So like it opened us like to a whole new different world, and people are like, oh, you should check this house out, check that out. So it's been pretty cool. I mean, we have a lot of events coming up at the hall, which is awesome, and we're checking out other places. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it yet, but
no.
Okay, that's why I didn't.
He's like, nope.
I'll talk to you after the show about that though, because more good news.
Okay, I like good news.
Yeah, good news is good news.
Well, then I guess he'll be talking to us after the show.
Yeah,
the show.
That's fine. Yeah, you viewers are going to have to just pay to play because we're not telling you. Plain and simple.
But if you donate, maybe he'll tell you.
Maybe. Yeah, but as Courtney said, we've been very fortunate with our position at this hall that we've started doing the events out of. And to further elaborate on what she was saying, like we were invited back in March. They did a Civil War history exposition at the hall, and they asked us, like, do you guys want to set up a table? And it's kind of like, well, I mean, we will, because it's an avenue, but it's bizarre because this is all Civil War reenactors and then us. Like, we're always weird, but this is like super extra weird, like standing out. And they're like, yeah, we'll put you right in front of the stage, front and center. I'm like, oh, like, all right, of course I love that, but at the same time,
I know you love that. You do love that.
Well, it is. I'm an introverted extrovert. That's a fun fact. So like, I do love, and I love my attention, but it was interesting because for a while, people would just kind of walk. They'd stay like 2 feet away from our table and kind of do like that slow walk. And then as the day went on, people would come over to you and they do like the, I've had some experiences too, as if it's this big taboo thing, because so many people still feel that way. Mm-hmm. By the end of the day, we've got locations offered to us. We've got places to go check out in other towns, people supporting everything we do. And each one of these events that we've done there has kind of snowballed into more and more of that. And that's kind of where we're at right now, and getting other locations on board and trying to add more to the umbrella of the Paranormal Society.
Well, that does sound interesting, but I know don't you have an event coming up at the hall? Is that what I was understanding?
So we have, just in the month of July, we have July 8th, Karen Tatro is doing an event at the hall. That's a Friday. It's Saturday, July 9th. Big Magic Paranormal is doing an event at the hall. Tickets available for both still. And then Sunday, July 31st is the inaugural Wicked Piss of Para Fair, which we are putting together. It's a metaphysical fair. It's not a Paracon. I didn't want to deal with egos and, celebrities and all that crap. I just wanted people to come out, showcase their wares. I'm trying to get as many local people and talents as I can in to show what they do. And because there hasn't been anything like this in this general area. So it's a new avenue for people to explore. We've had a really good response to it so far. We're down to, I think, one reader spot and 4 vendor spots left out of everything, and then it's going to sell out. So it should be pretty successful.
And I know that you guys are throwing, like, you can book birthday parties there that Ashley has not booked my birthday party there yet.
Hey, you don't know what Matt and I've talked about.
You haven't talked about Matt. You haven't talked about it at all. Let's be
That's
real.
business. We don't talk business on
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can have baby showers, bridal showers. Like, we can have
like, on the locations. Don't worry. We throw bridal showers, baby showers. We'll do a whole wedding.
You want your daughter's first birthday? All right.
Yep. Bar mitzvahs, communions, whatever you want.
Imagine having a communion there.
Quinceañeras, you don't know.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Like, we're open for it. Like, it's funny because that idea just fell out of my head one night when I was there, and I was like, wow, this would be a cool spot to have a birthday party. Like, why wouldn't it? Even if you're not a ghost person, like if you're just looking for a nice place that's affordable, come have some cake and ice cream and then do a little ghost hunt afterwards if you want, or if you just need the space, you take the space.
Well, I'm only going to book it if you make my birthday cake. Just saying.
I have to make your cake?
She said that she was only booking if you either made her cake or made a guest appearance. But she wants you to dress up superhero only.
Part of my deal with the association is I have to be on premise no matter what's going on there. So that part's sold. And if you don't have any allergies, I'll gladly make you a cake.
Well, just peanuts. But here's the thing: you
shitting me?
I'm sorry.
The most common allergy, like you can't even come to my house.
Well, you do actually have to dress up like a superhero, though.
She wants a superhero at her party. So
I am a superhero. Look at this.
You have a cape. You got to wear your cape.
It's in the back.
Okay.
No, like the full gear.
Do I get to pick the superhero?
It's of my choice.
I mean, the rate just went up.
No, it didn't.
You should be scared.
Well, I mean, I was gonna go as like Homelander from The Boys or something cool, but
no, you need to go as Super Ego Man.
I was thinking more of like Captain America.
Well, Homelander's the evil Captain America.
Well, I know, but I need you to be the good Captain America.
I thought you would have picked like Thor or something.
I wanted to, but he does not look like Thor.
No, I'm offended. Chris and I go way back. I trained him for all those movies, so.
Well, you should be lucky she didn't pick Catwoman. It could have been worse. I'd
probably pull a latex suit off. All right.
I mean,
that's more like
leggings.
That's more like American Horror Story, not so much.
Rubberman.
You'd be Peter Pan.
What a great paranormal chat this is.
All the things we can dress Matt up as.
Problem is I have very little shame left at my age, so I don't really care.
No, I'm totally going with like, yeah, I'm just probably just gonna go ahead and I'm probably, I don't know. I'm just gonna like throw everybody off. I just want you to dress up as Loki, and then we'll just call it a day.
Is Loki?
Yeah,
I can vibe with Loki.
I know you can. That's why. Like, I'm gonna have Ashley get me like Loki balloons. Okay.
I have time to prepare all this now, I guess. Okay.
I can decorate.
Somebody's got to do the decorating. That doesn't come with the package.
What do you mean?
Courtney and I got it.
Get your mind out of the gutter, all right? Yeah, Courtney's the decorator. She's already offered to decorate for any parties we have. So
I love decorating.
You and Ashley can get together for that. I just gave you the theme, but I know
Courtney have to dress up too.
No,
I am a superwoman, so it doesn't matter.
See,
I'm so outnumbered tonight. This isn't good.
okay.
I got Kira in the next room. I'm dead. I've got nothing. Dead in the water.
Okay. So can you tell us about the like activity that you guys are experiencing at this location?
No.
There's one.
Why do you have to be such an ass sometimes? He's like, no. Now I can't even make you a cake. No.
I'll make you a cake. Don't worry.
Thank you.
No, I have peanut butter all over my house. I love peanut butter, dude. I can't make you a cake here. You get sick. I'm looking out for your best interest.
Oh my God, he's trying to kill me slowly.
So do you want to lead with some of your experiences, Court?
I don't even know where to begin.
Just start.
So
In the beginning.
what?
Once upon a time.
In a land far, far away.
So I guess like the biggest experiences that I've had was actually like all in one night. There was just Matt, myself, and then two other people.
Mm-hmm.
And like I literally just got there. I just came from work, so I went straight to the bathroom, and I heard people going upstairs. So I was like, oh, they must be doing a tour or whatever. I came out, and everyone was in like the war room. So if you know like the layout, the war room, and then there's like a door, the entranceway, and then the stairs, and then the bathroom is like right next to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
The war room's like the main meeting hall on the first floor.
Okay.
We call it the war room.
Yeah. So if in order for someone to go up the stairs and then go all the way around the hall and then back down and then back at the war room, it would have taken way longer from the time that I heard it and then got out of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked in there and it was like clear as day. And I walked in and I was like, did one of you guys just go upstairs? They're like, no, we've been here the whole time. I'm like, no, like, please don't mess with me. Like, did you just go up the stairs? And they're like, no, not at all. And I was like, okay, well, someone's upstairs. Cause like that couldn't have been a spirit. That couldn't have been like, that was a human like person walking up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And no one was up there. And then later on that night, we were up in the hall. And like they had like the old school like movie theater chairs, like the wooden ones that like flap, like you have to push down and they go up. Well, Matt was at the far left. I was in the middle. Someone else was in front, and then someone else was to the right of the sitting on the stage. Well, we were just doing like the SD's method, and all of a sudden, right behind me, one of the chairs just like loud as day, like. I ran because it was right behind me, and that was like my first thing to do was just run. Matt was so mad at me.
You ruined my moment.
Yeah, because it was so loud that like it was just. I guess I'm not a fighter. I'm a flighter. So
She's like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I legit like it was just so crazy. And I like look, and all the chairs are perfectly fine. Like they're all folded up. Like and it didn't fall. Like it was the strangest thing in the world. But that was probably the best experiences. I mean, we've had some intelligent experiences too, like with the music box. We'll ask a question and we'll tell them to step in the music box if it's a yes, and the music box will go off. So we've learned a lot about some of the spirits that are there just from that intelligent responses. But yeah, the place it's just unbelievable. It's not a scary place. It's more of okay, like this is kind of like home, but like Casper is here. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, she's running from Casper.
Yeah. Casper
And
like jokes with me, honestly.
Don't forget the phantom ectoplasm on your lip.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about that time. Right?
It's hilarious. I have to tell him.
The worst. So we were down at the basement, and I just was standing there, and I felt something touch my lip. Literally, like, I felt like a drip of water touch my lip. And I was like instantly grossed out because it's like just it's 1899 like building. Like just I was like, what disease am I about to get?
Hey Brandy. Hey Marion.
And I look up, I don't see any water, like no condensation, nothing. I look down at the ground, there's no puddles, there's no nothing. I even touched the ceiling and it was like dry. And I was just like, I kept on wiping my mouth. I was like, just leave.
So Reenie, you've got a nut allergy. Don't go in the basement.
I knew that.
I was waiting for somebody to say
I was like,
oh, that's why that would have creeped me out. I'd have been like, oh.
Yeah, I was so grossed out. Like,
she was visibly distraught, and you could see it. Like it's because it's when something like that happens, you're like, dude, what the F? Like,
yeah. Like, I'm thinking my lip is gonna like blow up. Like I was just like, okay, now I'm gonna have to get my lip chopped off. Like
I was self-conscious. Like, what the hell was just on my lip?
And so I'm thinking some like dusty old water, but it was nothing.
Stay out of the basement.
Yeah, I honestly I don't think I've been down there. Like I'll go down there for like a minute and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back upstairs.
The basement doesn't actually prove to be very active anyways. It's the least active floor in the whole place, in my opinion. But we also don't spend a lot of time down there because it's a grimy, moldy old basement, and I don't like basements very much. So some of the experiences that I've had in there, the very first time I went in there by myself, which I still don't really like going in there by myself. I'm a scared ghost hunter. That's not something I hide. I like the feeling of getting scared as it happens, but I don't like the buildup.
Are you afraid of the dark?
No, I'm not afraid of the dark. Well, you should. I was like, don't tell me. I'm not afraid of the dark. Answering for me.
I'm terrified of the dark.
The only thing I'm afraid of is spiders and heights.
Okay.
So that's it. And if spiders are at heights, it's the worst case scenario.
He's gone.
That's it.
No more
spontaneous self-combustion. But the very first time I went in there, it was actually the same night. That was a pretty freaking active
night.
So it was the same night that Courtney had the bathroom footsteps outside and the chair slam on her. I was waiting for everybody because I got there on time. Mm-hmm. Everybody else was late. And I was like, oh, I got to get used to going to this building by myself anyway. So I went in, and what I did was I went Facebook Live instantly so that I didn't feel alone. So I was like, oh, I've got people here. Haha. And as I'm unloading my equipment, I said, I'll walk you guys around the building, which I didn't really want to do because I didn't like the idea of walking through the whole building by myself either at night. But as I was walking up the staircase has two different landings, and then it's like a 3/4 turn staircase. So I'm walking up the stairs, and I hear something behind me, and I look down. There's nothing there. I get to the top of the staircase, and right up the last few steps, you hear thump, 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 and it rushed right up to me. And I heard it. The people watching the video heard it. I spun around real quick, said some things, tensed, puckered, didn't know what to think. There wasn't anything there. So at that point, I was like already on edge. Then I walked out into the grand ballroom, and the ballroom itself has an old wooden parquet floor like a gym. So I walked out into the middle. I stopped walking, and then you still heard footsteps creaking off in every which direction, as if I interrupted something. And the same thing, we were on the video, people heard it, and they were like, was that footsteps? I said, yes, welcome to the hall. This is what happens to us here. So I had that experience. Another time when I was there by myself, early on, the attic at one point in time had a pigeon issue before they got the roof fixed. So the whole attic was just covered in pigeon filth. So I said, well, I love that this attic is incredible. I can't have people up here if it's going to look like this. So I was up there for a course of 2 or 3 days, like 12 hours, just sweeping and dragging trash out. And the one day I was there by myself, I dragged Kira one day because I was like, hey, let's go hang out.
I don't want to be by myself.
Keep me company so I don't get scared.
You don't have to do anything. Sit on your phone over there. I don't care. Just leave. Just don't be here alone, you know? So the next day I was like, whatever. I got this. So I went upstairs. I got my little speaker. I got my music playing. I was like, I got to go get an N95 because of the dust. So I brought some trash down with me. I'm walking outside, and as the door closed, I hear a loud crash inside the front door. I come back in, and this giant flagpole that had no business falling over has now fallen across the doorway as I enter. So I had to step over it to even get in the door. And I kind of just said some things. Listen, I'm just here to clean. Don't want to be bothered. This isn't a time for you to show yourself. I'm not interested. Like, just leave me alone. I'm not here to bother anybody. Fixed the flag, went upstairs, sweeping down one end. I hear a thud. My speaker's on the floor. So they either don't like Wu-Tang Clan or they didn't want me up there. And I was like, well, listen, either way, neither of us is leaving. So it's going to be Wu and it's going to be me. So just leave it alone. Leave it alone. And then the most profound thing happened to me there. What was that? 3 weeks ago? It was just me and Justin.
Yeah.
This had me bugging out because this was only the second time this has happened to me in my whole, I'm not going to say professional career because there's nothing professional about anything I do. But Courtney and we've been filming some sizzle reel stuff. So we have footage of ourselves. And her husband, Justin, who's also our teammate, was there, and he was doing some of the filming. We were up in the attic, and we weren't doing anything. We weren't specifically trying to do experiments or anything. We were just getting footage of us doing stuff.
You were scaring me.
Huh?
You were also trying to scare me.
But that made for great footage.
And no.
It made for amazing footage, and you know it.
Mm-mm.
Whatever. Anyhow, before I was so rudely interrupted by number 2. We were up in the attic and we were just doing some spirit box stuff, not getting much. So I took out the dowsing rods and I was asking questions. And leading up to that, I had been really off that week. And it was like towards the tail end of that retrograde we were coming through. So I didn't know if it was that. But that week at the school, I had one of the little girls just that doesn't know anything about me comes up. She goes, I just saw a ghost in here. I said, really? I said, where? She goes, I saw it over there, but it's behind you now. And she's like, that was it. I'm like, all right. So then I was like, maybe this funk I have is another hitchhiker because I used to pick them up all the time. So while we're in the attic, I'm asking, like, have you been hanging out with me this week? And I got a yes. And I said, did you come from here? Yes. And I was like, listen, you can't leave this place and come with me. I don't want any of that. And at that point, over in the corner of the attic, I saw like a softball gold energy orb zip across the floor. And I haven't had that experience in a while. I used to see them more frequently, but I've been kind of closed off to it. So I saw that and I was like, holy shit, like, all right. And at that moment, I did the whole BS, like, you don't have to stay here. You can go to the light, follow your whatever. Mm-hmm. At that moment, right before I see what I see, you hear shuffling on the floor. In the video, you can hear shuffling. It's none of us. We're all standing still. And standing right next to this room in the attic is a ghost. Just 6 foot tall, very gaunt, skinny, shoulder-length hair. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, just standing there. And as quick as I saw it, it was as quick as it disappeared. And it bugged me out because it's only the second time I've ever seen anything like that. And like that's like holy grail stuff you want to see. And I still, like, when I think about it, it gives me kind of goosebumps because it was such an incredible thing to witness. Like, Justin caught the whole reaction on camera because he was filming the two of us and not the area. And where we saw that is the hot spot in the attic. There's just something about it. And my curiosity has me wondering, and I'm not big on like the whole, like, there's a portal here. Right. There very well could be a portal going through that part of the building because each floor in that general same area has activity. And it was incredible. It was a great experience.
I've never seen Matt like freak out like that before. And I was like done. Like after he freaked out like that, I was like, I'm ready to call it a night. Like his reaction scared me the most though.
Well, I've worked with you, Matt, and you didn't seem scared.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
It
like,
does take
not at all.
That's the first time I've ever seen him jump like that. I mean, besides like when I jump, he jumps. But that's the first time that he actually jumped, like, because he was.
You don't expect to see something like that ever.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of people that have had a lot of experiences in there. Nothing like that. But again, I also spend more time than anyone else in that building, and I think they're starting to fully recognize and understand us. They asked for us by name through spirit box sessions and EVPs. We've gotten our name called almost every time at this point, right?
So you guys think that they're starting to open up and kind of trust you guys since you're there more?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's we believe
Yeah, I think they know like we're there for good. Like we're there to help them. Like we're not there to like destroy or any of that. Like I think they understand that like we're there to help them. We're there to preserve their home. We're there to try to get their story. And I think they're finally like coming out to be like, okay, like they know that they can trust us.
We've figured out that there are, well, this is what we believe, obviously, because there'll be the 1% of people, he's full of shit, whatever. We believe that we've been dealing with a little boy spirit and a little girl spirit, amongst others. Like those are the two that we feel that we've had the most interactions with. And there are other spirits that we're aware of in the building as well. But these two are the ones that we've interacted with in the ballroom primarily and also in the attic.
They're very playful.
Mm-hmm.
They're like your typical like children. Like it's crazy.
Well, I know a lot of people will say, well, are you sure that they're children? You know,
because those people want to say it's probably a demon impersonating a child.
They're coming to steal your soul.
Bro, go to hell with that theory, please.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people that do believe that. And I'm thinking to myself,
I know.
No, it's like you don't get those vibes. Like you don't get those like the evil. Like when you walk in there, it's like a homey feeling. It's not a scary
right.
Oh my God, there's something here feeling. It's more of a okay, like if they want to come out and talk to us, they will. But if they don't, then they won't.
Right. And I mean, I have to agree. But like I said, I know a lot. Like I said, a lot of people do believe that. Like automatically, children's spirit, it's a demon. It's just they're like it's a matter of time before it shows itself. It's like,
well,
last I checked, people die at all different ages.
Right. And that's what I thought too, but I guess not.
I don't know. And Marion, you're totally right. Marion is the caretaker at the SK Pierce Mansion. She knows more than anyone how much the spirits get to know you after a little bit.
But come to find out, this hall, before it was built, well, and after it was built, there was a school right beside it.
Okay.
So where the hall was built could have been a playground. It could have been where these children played before. So that's like it's not necessarily the hall; it's just the location, and that's like probably where they had their most fun and their most like fond memories.
I mean, well, that would make sense. I mean, especially if it was a playground. So, do you guys know like a lot of history on this place?
We're
did you guys really just digging into it, or just kind of like one of those things you kind of just go in as
like scratching the surface? Like, there's a lot of history because I mean, it was built in 1899, so you have all this history, and we've been getting a lot of new research because we've been like, reaching out to the historians and stuff like that, and they've been awesome in helping us out like with just the area. Like we found out so much about just the area itself, and it's been kind of hard to like find what's in like what happened inside the hall of like the documents. Like we're still trying to find documents for that, but I feel like there is so much like there's more to the story, and we're just scratching
right.
We've been very fortunate to have the town historian working with us, and
that is interesting.
Yeah,
we've got this really good right now. We're like, I've never been happier doing paranormal stuff than I have been the past 6 months. Like this is purpose driven, and it feels right, and it's fun, and I get to do it with people I care about. And like, she watches our live videos, like whenever we do a live investigation, and she messaged me after one, and she said, I heard you guys talking about some children's spirits. She's like, I've got some information. And that's when we found out about the school. She sent me pictures of the school from 1866, articles of the school from 1870s. I'm like, she's a wealth of knowledge, and she fully supports what we're doing. And now we're getting the towns that are around us also involved, because all these historians, they hang about together and they talk to each other, and people are enjoying what we're doing because we're raising awareness of the location, we're preserving the history. We're telling the history from a different viewpoint, but we're also trying to uncover more of it. And we're also fundraising at the same time. So it's really been a boon for everybody, and everyone's on board. And it's a few years ago, I reached out to a person in my hometown and said, hey, I'm just looking, and this was a person, I'm not going to mention his title or anything, but I said, I'm looking for any stuff that has to do with hauntings. Nothing I know of. And that was it, shut me off. Now I'm working with people that are in the same spot as him that tell me all the good information. So he's a useless sack of crap, and I don't need him, and I've got the real people now, and we couldn't be happier because these people they're a wonderful resource.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do that you guys are going about it the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all witnessed that there are people in the field and location owners that just don't handle it the right way. They say everything's demonic, everything's possessed, you're going to get a possession, all this other stuff. And I think you guys are just doing it the right way, and people are, you've gained people's respect, and I think that's incredible.
We're trying. I still have a lot of haters around here, so most of my support comes from out of state, but it's fine.
I mean,
it's like, you know what though? Haters make you famous too.
Yes, they do. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yep.
You
We
blame
all
them?
have them.
What, Courtney?
You blame them?
Not really.
Exactly.
I think
I'd
you're
hate
cool.
me if I wasn't me too.
I think you're a cool dude, Matt. I do.
Appreciate it.
And
I don't have anything bad to say about Matt, so.
It's my honesty and my bluntness that bothers people up here, because there's a lot of fakes in the field, as you all know.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
We've all crossed very similar scummy people in the field. So they're everywhere, but there's a very good concentration of them up here too. And I tend to shoot from the hip and not be very quiet about it. So those people don't interact with me, and that's fine. Like I said, at the end of the day, my whole drive and purpose is preserving this location and building a portfolio, and then branching out and saving more buildings. That's what I want to do.
Now you're just gonna. I mean, that is awesome though, and I will say that like not many people are like that. They get one location and they're like, okay, I'm done. We're just gonna stay right here. But I've always noticed about you, Matt. You've always been a go-getter, and I know that you're very passionate about the paranormal. I mean, that is a huge thing because you don't see that often.
Yeah, and one of the things is like you actually care. There's a lot of people in the field that are just looking to be the next ghost hunters and next ghost adventures. And if that's what you're in it for, then you should probably get out of the field. But you're not like that. And
no.
I want that too, but it'll come in the right fashion.
Right.
I
want that eventually, but
I'm like, Matt wants his TV show.
Yep. Yep, I do. But I want it all, and I want it the right way though. I don't fake things. I don't BS people. Like, it is what it is. And that's also a reason why I haven't gotten some things before. And that's fine too. Like, I'll stay true to myself. And like, I've always, as I grew up, I realized how much I liked history versus what I was force fed in school. As soon as you get out of school, it's like, what do you mean? There's more to this story. Like, I don't understand. And then you realize, wow, there's a lot of cool history. So
there is.
And Courtney is a huge history buff, so it works perfectly. She loves doing the research, and she's the perfect fit for that. So we have our groove, and we've got an awesome project in front of us now. So
how long have you two been like working together? I mean, as you know, this team that you guys have.
3 years.
Yeah.
Well, 3 years. Yes, I started Warner Paranormal Explorers in 2019. Brought Courtney on board right away. And then we just started the society in early this year. And we did that as a way to differentiate the two, because the society is more of a collective of people that will come out and help us with the building. Whereas the Explorer side is us goofing off, ghost hunting, do whatever we want with a different label. That's my team. It'll never be, it's Courtney, Justin, myself, and my daughter. That's it. It'll never be anyone else. That Erin may weasel her way in like a little tiny bit.
Oh, please.
But that is it. She doesn't even really care about the ghost hunting stuff, so I don't have to worry about it.
But she seems really sweet. I mean, is she
Wait till you see her other side. No.
Well, and so you guys ever have plans to
she's not watching, so I can say that.
Oh, no, she does seem sweet.
No,
she is.
She'll probably go back later and be like, that's it, Matt.
Who's going to watch the archive
this
video?
gets deleted afterwards, though, right?
No.
She is a great person, 100%.
Do you guys ever have plans to possibly take the society and branch into other states or branch into other teams with different locations?
We're trying to go like all over the world. We're trying to go to Europe. We're trying to go everywhere.
Us as a team, we're going everywhere. Yes. But society-wise, I have talked to someone out in the Midwest about it. it's such an early on type of thing that I don't know if it'll ever really happen anyways, but I do love the idea of it because it's something that could definitely work. I see a lot of people that have, you know, multiple locations and they have their groups that run them and stuff. And it is a big pile of work, but my focus, I want to get historic buildings. I don't want to just get like, hey, this is an old building from 1972. Like, great. What's it got to do with anything? Like, this building was built for Civil War veterans. Like, this history is history right there. And there's another building in a town very close to me that I want for my next one that we've done an event for prior. Same thing, super old history like that. But we're in New England where we have some of the oldest history in the country. So the options are plentiful if people are open to it. And that's kind of the goal. So I would definitely do that with others across the country as long as it wasn't for some stupid place. It would have to fit the mold.
Yeah, for some stupid place.
You know, there's a lot of those stupid places out there. There's tons of people promoting stupid places.
I have to agree with you on that one.
I'm not naming any names or anything like that.
Nobody's dropping any names. Like,
exactly.
But it's true. It
a family
is
show.
True. No, it's not. It is we lost that family show a long time ago. When we were all in the basement at one point. Poor Court. That went out the window very, very quickly.
My mind like forgot about that time until Matt brings it up all the time.
What?
The ghost precautions.
I like the motions.
Because it was a really cool moment for me. Because it didn't happen to me.
Well, what happens if it happened to you?
What if it happens to you?
I just accept my fate. I mean,
Like,
it is what it is. What do you do? Yeah, wipe it off and get on with your day.
Would you even tell anybody? You'd be like, crap, no, I'm good.
When I get there, I'm never telling anybody.
Yeah, you just keep Matt going.
Well, my first reaction would be like, what is that?
Salty.
But that's the weird thing.
Salty but sweet.
I would have done that too. I'm like, wait, what is that?
Yeah.
I would have done it. I would have been like, wait.
Tastes like the ocean.
Yeah. All I could think about was like Kevin Hart, like the bum bump. I don't know if you ever seen that.
Yep.
All I could think about was bum bump.
I'd have pulled out my trusty chapstick and be like, that's it.
Okay, so Reenie, when we go, we're gonna wear masks. Not for COVID, but
I don't think you were supposed to let everybody know.
For your birthday?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of the ghost bukkake in the basement for your birthday. We'll be sure.
That's your birthday surprise.
No.
Specialized lip gloss, you'll be fine.
It's a good thing you don't want me to dress up as Spider-Man because I just web blast you the entire time.
Oh, that's even better because my little one has like one of those silly string things.
Mm-hmm.
And bam, those things are fun.
No, I could see Matt scaring the hell out of us all night if we're doing that.
See, I don't, with regards to doing it to Courtney for footage, I never jump scare anybody.
Okay, good.
I don't do that. I don't agree with people that do that on investigations. No. I'll knock somebody's head off their neck if they did that to me.
Good.
I don't like that shit. Like that's like the one thing I take seriously is like those few minutes I'm into the ghost hunting. Like that's it. Like leave me be. Reenie's investigated with me. She knows. We tried. We
attempted to, right?
Yeah.
We had fun. I mean, I've always told everybody, when your name's been brought up, I was like, I love Matt. I was like, he's awesome to work with. You have a lot of fun. You learn a lot. There's sometimes I still get a hold of you. I'm like, hey, Matt, do you know this? And he was like, I don't know, maybe. No, he's always got some smart remark. Let's just be honest.
That's who I am.
I mean, I will give him credit. He is the one that helped me find a Starbucks.
See?
That is true talent. That is something.
Mm-hmm. You got to know where the Starbies are when you're on a trip.
There's an app for that.
All right.
Yeah, but I am that app. It was way up in Vermont, dude, at Wilson Castle. She was trying to find the star, and I knew where it was. I think I told you where the same one was.
Told me what?
Smart ass.
Okay, when I'm in town, I'm going to text you and be like, hey, point me in the direction of Starbucks.
Okay. Easy enough.
Man, I was pissed, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The truth of the matter is like the person that I was riding with is like, oh, there's a Starbucks. We'll pull over. He's like, yeah, that's not open.
Truth
They
of the
open
matter
up
is,
to
the
be
person you
honest,
went with.
Yeah, that and he wouldn't stop at the Michael Kors store on the way back either. So here we are.
well, you know what? To be honest, we all know that said person is a dick. So
Okay.
I don't
Yep.
know who they're talking about, but he wouldn't stop. That's a red flag.
Oh,
That's-
you would have hated him, Courtney.
oh yeah, everything about him was a red flag. Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Probably not watching anyways.
We're probably blocked.
I am still. I'd love to put out a poll how many percentage of people that are on Facebook blocked me. It's good times.
You know, I do get blocked myself occasionally. I'm like, I didn't say anything.
I think I've only been blocked by that one person.
No, and hear me out. It's 9 times out of 10. I think it's some of my family because no, hang on. It's, you know, I do a paranormal show. I do, you know, Realm of Darkness, and I think it bothers them. And I'm thinking to myself, it's probably because you can't handle the truth.
Some people, you know, I think there are some people that it just scares so much that they just can't handle it, and they're like, nope, I don't want to know about it. They don't want nobody to explain anything to them. They're just done.
Yeah, but then that's the problem. And I feel like sometimes when they do that, you're always the first person that they call when they're like, I just had this thing happen in my house. Seems to be a you problem now and not a me problem because I'm not going to help you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm a physical education teacher, and I was a little like nervous about having like my paranormal stuff on my Facebook, like for people to see. But like I would just be like standing there, and a teacher would come up and be like, "So, what's up with Warner Paranormal?" And I was like, "Oh, like this is what we do, blah blah blah." They're like, "Oh, okay," and then they'll like tell me like what experiences they've had, and like so like at first they're like kind of like weird about it, but then they say they like come out about it, and there's been like multiple teachers that come up and are like, yeah, like so I've had this, and I'm just like, all right, well, come to the hall, like, you know, it's not going to be a bunch of BS because you know me, and like, you know, it's going to be it's going to be genuine. Like if it's going to be one of those nights, it's going to be one of those nights. Like we're not going to be like, oh, did you hear that? Like Matt and I love to debunk. Like we love to debunk. I mean, I mostly do because like I don't want to believe that it's like a spirit. So I'm like, oh, like it was just the wood. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's like why like we get along so well with like and we're like we work together with investigations because we're not those type of people like, oh, did you just hear that? Like we're just like, oh, could have been this.
Well, I know that like one day I got a hold of Ashley and I was really sick. Let's just be honest. And Matt had to like step in for me on Realm of Darkness.
That was a good show, actually.
That was fun.
We have a good show. And I remember getting a hold of Ashley and I was like, I don't know if I took too much cold medicine, but I think I seen this woman walking up and down my stairs. And I was like, it was only over-the-counter medication. And she's like, I don't know.
I was like,
It's
how much
probably
did
your
you
100
take?
haunted dolls that you can't stop buying.
Shut up, man. I knew that was going to be brought up.
I even asked him like,
Dolls?
What?
Dude, she's got to have over 100 haunted dolls at this point.
Are you?
How many you got? How many you got?
a lot because she started pawning them off on me.
I'll get a message like once every 6 weeks, like, listen, I don't know what to do about this thing. And I'm like, send it to me. I'll take it. Like,
No, seriously, I have to get your address again because I have some stuff to send you. But that one particular doll has got to go. And I swore up and down to Ashley, I'm like, I think it was that doll. And she's like,
she told me that the doll, she's like, this doll is making me lose my mind. She goes, I truly think this thing is effing with my head. I'm like, you should probably get rid of it.
You pulled a little Wayne and you got the scissor.
Like, and I
leaning.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like seriously losing it because I was like, how much medication, over the counter medication did I take? Because I took a lot of it. I was sick. And I thought, is it the doll? Is it me?
When she called me, she's like, I stared at it and I watched it walk down the stairs, so I followed it. And I was like, how much did you take?
Like, I've only been scared of my dolls like one time, and it was because I was gone for like 3 days. 3 days, no joke. And I come back home and I'm like, I felt like they were all attacking me somewhere.
No, what about the one that when we were talking, I was on the phone with her and there was this massive loud crash, and I just hear Reenie say some words I can't say on here. And I'm like, are you okay? She goes, I just had a doll attack me.
What?
I was sitting here talking to Ashley, and I was like, hey, are you going to go so-and-so? Because if you are, I'm going to go with, because it wasn't very far from me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I was like, bam, I'm like, that doll just attacked me. And
It was like, choo, like all on top of her.
I can give you Courtney's address. You can send her some haunted stuff too. She loves it.
I will burn them all.
Not all are bad. She brought me a doll when she came to visit, and nothing has happened. This doll has been peaceful as can be.
I gave Jason a doll, and he loves it. Like, he says that he tickles it. I'm like, okay.
My house is like, no. Okay, that's not that bad looking. Yeah, she's actually cute.
Isn't she cute?
I like her hair.
Yeah, she's been great. I mean, she's been great. She hasn't done anything crazy.
Here's the thing. She was supposed to send that back to me because her husband said that she can't. So anyways, like I was saying, he doesn't technically know it's still there.
It's hidden.
He's not watching.
No. Hopefully not. But then I swear
to God, I was going to send her my address again.
Well, and then I think we all know Jason Baker, and he goes into all these locations, and this is what he sends me that's supposedly haunted.
Haunted by the bedrooms of the past.
But I told him, I'm like, Jason, are those really from a prison, or are those from something you need to get rid of?
Both.
Yeah.
Well, because I asked him, I was like, you want another doll? He was like, oh, no, I can't. He's like, I still had some in my trunk. I was like, oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be able to walk in the dark with knowing that these eyes are staring at me. Like, I don't know how you do that.
Oh, see, mine is like under a desk, but I have conversations with them. So she's on like a shelf, but I tell her, you can roam the first floor, no bedrooms, no bathrooms. Those are off limits. No shower time.
Go make a snack. You're fine.
Yeah. Like, you can come with me if we go grocery shopping. Locations, husband, kid, and dog are off limits. Me, fair game. And she's been great.
Honestly, I'll get up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And then I go about my business.
She has some though that make like misty fogs in rooms and
that did happen. I will say that I was a little freaked out at that point.
And I'll be sitting here and I'll start smelling potpourri.
Man, I think that is another one that's just going to be sent to you because honestly, it is that.
Matt,
I'm sure Emmeline's going to be so excited to share the room with someone else.
Emmeline's going to be so mad.
I know. My whole house is going to be in turmoil.
Yeah, like you just got like her under control. Like,
well, Reenie remote read Emmeline's energy from where she lives. Like, was that like a year or two ago?
God, is it? I have known you that.
It was
long.
a wicked long time ago. I remember I was like in some funk and you messaged me like, "You all right?" And I was like, "No, actually, I'm not."
No, Emmeline used to like mess with you, but now she's like cool. She's cool.
She's got the rule of the roost.
Yeah, you don't want to mess that vibe up, man.
I'm taking
so what you're saying is all the haunted items we don't want, don't send them to you?
No, I take all of them.
He said he'd take all of them.
I don't care.
Get his address.
We might have a board for you coming soon.
Oh, please. I love the boards. Love the boards.
And
I don't care what happened to it.
This one's sketchy.
Sketchy, the better.
Oh, this one's a little sketchy.
I want a lot sketchy, so send them. Full send.
We'll bring it when we come to visit for the birthday party.
No, I gotta get this stuff sent out, dude. Stuff is starting to get sketchy in my house.
He's like packing them right after this.
Yeah, like I mean, I got a big box today too because I was thinking about it. I'm like, you gotta go.
So Reenie, we just road trip. We said we wanted to hit up Salem. Road trip. There we go.
Well, I'll just put the back seats down of my car and just start loading stuff up. I'll probably have to rent a semi at this point.
Pick me up on the way. You
I'm
drive
looking
through
around,
Ohio.
I'm like, well, I guess I have to build some shelves.
We'll get you a shed, Matt. It'll be fine.
I'll just start putting stuff at the hall, and the members will be like, what the hell is this?
Like, don't ask.
Don't worry about it, guys. Just making the place more haunted. It's fine.
We just say donated by Ashley and Reenie.
Just donations. It's fine.
We'll have a big old plaque. We want our picture on there too.
We're gonna have our own room.
Oh, you want your own room now? Damn, it better be.
We got
some
a
good
lot
stuff.
for you.
We got room up in the attic. We got those rooms.
There you go. Yeah, I mean that's actually a really good idea if you guys think about it.
That was a fly, I think.
I feel like I'm sitting in the dark. There I go. I need one of those lights.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to turn on the light before you started the show. I'm like, it's a little dark in here.
Bill's got the right idea. Send the stuff to Courtney so she can use them in the basement. I like it.
Wait, technically there's. You know what, Courtney? I'm gonna tell you after the show. You're gonna be good.
No, I will. I'll be out. I'm done.
Nope.
We got some stuff we could put in the basement.
I will never go down that basement.
Matt, you got stuff going on over there? What?
Dude, ever since we started talking about Ameline, like things are different. Like it's. I saw like a wispy, just like a on the floor.
She's getting mad. She's like, you don't bring these. Nope. You
So-
don't bring the dolls. I'm telling you, she's gonna get so mad at you.
And then what happens if she gets mad at you?
Well,
Like, what kind of
wait,
hell does she?
So like he's been through. Like he was like in a funk with her. Like he was.
Okay, so I don't know about Emily. I need to know about her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just a second. Would you like to meet her?
You're about to meet her.
Yeah, I want to meet her. I mean, as long as she's nice to me.
No, she is. In the beginning, it was rough. Like I remember I went over there and I just looked at her and I go, "We're cool. You don't want any of that. We're cool."
Like, we're good.
I like literally was like patting her hair and I was like, "We're cool. Like, we're friends."
Have you not seen him in the stall?
That's so creepy.
Oh my God.
Hey, Emmeline.
Oh my gosh. Where did you get her from?
So Ameline was left in the back seat of a friend's pickup truck, and he didn't realize she was there. He doesn't know when she was put there, but he believes it was put there as a warning. So she's got an actual real deal noose around her neck that I've never taken off, even though my curiosities wanted me to. And he called me one day and he said, I found this thing in my truck. And I said, okay. And he's like, I know you deal with this stuff. I said, yeah. I said, I can come get it. And he said, well, I'll see what the wife wants to do. No problem. I didn't hear from him for about a month. He calls me on a Saturday. He goes, you got to come get this or I'm going to burn it. I said, what's going on? He's like, I need it gone. Like it hasn't taken out of my truck. During that period of time, his mother-in-law passed away. His best friend committed suicide. And the family was struck with all kinds of bad luck. And just like this whole run of bad things. So I said, yeah, I'll come and get it from you. So I went to meet him at a park locally. And I brought my sage in. I was like, I'll sage your truck and all that stuff. And I looked in and I was like, oh, yeah, she's rough. And
She's homely.
I picked her up and, you watch it. She'll be visiting you.
No, I don't mean that in disrespect. I mean, like.
Yeah, don't start disrespecting anything, Ashley. We're going to have some problems.
I'm not.
Did you paint your
Nice
nails?
to meet you.
No, they came that way. So I picked her up.
Friday night painting her nails.
That's what he's doing.
When she was
Miss Pizza.
made, she was very beautiful. She still is. So I picked her up, and anytime I get some new, like, supposed haunted or enchanted item, I bring it to the house, and I'll do a Facebook Live reveal. It's been a long time since I've gotten anything new. And for the few days I had her in the house, I was not myself. I was very angry, more of an a-hole than usual. Didn't feel like myself. And I came home. I think it was like a Tuesday. I was like, listen, I gotta do this. I gotta get this thing taken care of. Because after I go live, then I'll smudge my whole house and all that. So we went live, and I had a few different psychics watching. I had the obelisk run and all kinds of other stuff. And a couple of the words we got were, oh, your bloomers are coming off, girl.
What are you doing to her?
Her dress is getting a little ratty. It's 70 years old, man. Give it a break. So we got a couple of different words from the obelisk, one being water, and Ameline came through, which is a word. I was like, what the hell is Ameline? And I looked it up, and it's a French word for hard worker. So I was like, well, we'll call you Ameline. And and we got the word New Orleans. So New Orleans, water, and a French name. I was thinking voodoo, and I was explained that this noose acts as some sort of a voodoo type of a binding curse to keep a spirit with an object. I took it at face value because I didn't research it because I didn't need to, because other people were telling me this, and I was told not to take it off because it keeps things at bay, and that she requires a lot of attention. And that made me realize she found her owner, because so do I. So that's why we're meant to be together. And during the broadcast, we were doing all this, and everything, power cut out of everything. The computer shut down, the lights, and we didn't lose power. It's like the computer decided to shut down right before it. The energy in the room was kind of swirling, and one of the psychics messaged me on the side. She goes, your room's full of energy right now. I said, oh, I know. I feel it. And then minutes later, everything went down. Energy changed. Before I could even boot back up, she texted me. She goes, house is calm, isn't it? I said, yeah, very calm. Because I gave her attention. And since then, I keep her on the shelf, best seat in the house for TV. I take her to conventions. I don't fly with her because I don't want to do that to her or the people on the plane. But I do. Anytime I'm driving and traveling, I take her with me. I've taken her to a bunch of haunted places, and she's good. And during that broadcast, we figured out that she is from 1957, Grannykins doll. There was a line of dolls that they put out that made dolls that look like grandparents. And she looked like Mrs. Howell from the Gilligan's Island when she was new. Her hair was all beautiful and earrings at some point, and her nails are painted and everything. But she's a little ragged. She's got, her wonky dead eye. But she's had a good life here. It's been about 2.5 years I've had her. So.
And your friend has no idea where she came from.
So down the street from him is a trap house, so to speak. And he believes that they thought he saw them doing a transaction and left it in there as a warning. So it's some sort of like voodoo hoodoo type of thing. But she, every time I pick her up, I feel the energy off her too. But she seems content.
She's intriguing.
Yeah, she is.
She's very intriguing. I kind of want to meet her one day.
I'll bring her to the hall. She hasn't been to the hall yet.
Didn't you see shadows too? Like when you first got her?
Yeah. I still do see shadows every once in a while. But this is the energy that Reeni was reading. And it was when I first started dating Erin, actually, because I was going through some stuff, and Reeni's like, who's the energy of the older woman pacing in your apartment? And I was like, oh, it's probably this. And it was right after the fact that Erin was like, oh, I don't like her, she's creepy, and said some negative stuff about her.
Yeah, that's right. I
yeah. And I was like, listen, you ain't gonna talk shit like that. Like, you ain't coming here if that's the case. But I took her up to a convention in Maine a couple of years ago. I was just in Portland eating lunch with Kira, and I got a text from another psychic friend, and she goes, you got a real dark energy with you right now. It's not attached to you, but it's with you. And I said, really? She's like, yeah, it's with something. So I sent her a picture. I said, oh, what do you think? She's like, yeah, it's that. You need to get rid of it. I was like, never happening. And she said, well, you shouldn't have it. It's with you. And I said, I know, I brought her with me. And she said, well, you need to be cautious with it and what have you. I said, yeah, no worries. I came home and I brought in the 2 totes of stuff that I brought with me. She was still outside. I came into my kitchen, and in my living room where I'm sitting now, I heard a man and a woman talking. It was like 3 syllables from her, like 2 syllables from him. And then I heard a child laugh. And then when I brought her in, nothing. There was no one here, obviously. Her energy overtakes any other thing's energy in this room. She's the matriarch of this whole place. I don't think she allows anything else to speak. I've got like 3 dozen supposed haunted things in this room. Whenever I'm doing readings, they'll start off good, and then all of a sudden she'll come through. And because I'll know, I can tell her energy, which sounds hokey, but I don't give a crap anymore. And I'll say, like, is this you, Emily? And it's like, yep. I'm like, just let them have a voice, So she gets her say, and things are good. So if we bring anything else in new, she'll have to vex it out, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to do a show on that. But
has she ever said no? Like, nope, that's got to go.
She hasn't. I haven't gotten a clear no, but she lets it be known that she's in charge around here. Yeah, she definitely does. Because things will get weird. Like a couple weeks ago, I was sitting here and I saw a shadow 2 foot tall walk in front of the TV, and I was like, nah, no, didn't see it. Like, just pretend it didn't happen. Like, some days are active, and then there's weeks without anything. So, just used to it now.
Well, that makes sense. But we'll wrap this up, and I know because it's getting late for everyone. So we're going to have to do this again. And then when we send all these haunted objects to Matt, we're going to do a whole nother show on this.
We could do a whole show on me opening the box live.
Big, that would be great.
That would actually be pretty cool.
We can do that, and then you'll get my real response to what the hell did you send me?
Should we have the bleep button ready?
Oh yeah.
Nah, we'll just
Probably.
won't put it on. We just won't put it on YouTube. We'll just make sure that does not go on YouTube.
We'll get kicked off of YouTube.
Actually, we'll do it so we'll make it with Courtney's here, so she has to help me open it.
Nope. I'm
That
saying
would be great.
That's
Yeah.
We're gonna send her own box.
yes.
you don't know.
Yep.
If I see any of your names on it, I'm instantly throwing it to them.
It's gonna come from Santa Claus, and you'll always open Santa Claus's mail.
No. So Santa Claus only comes on December 25th.
Imagine only coming once a year.
Yes. Oh,
Oh my
thank
god.
God it's not a family show.
It's not a family show at all.
It's past 8 o'clock. We're fine.
All right. So you guys all have a good night. And thank you guys for being on. I really do appreciate it. We had a good time.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.